Good, happy Sunday morning, May 1st, 2022. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Sunday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Sunday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, guests seen jumping from balconies of burning North Conway Hotel. New Hampshire Fire Marshal says 3 hurt. Fire causes damage at the Red Jacket Mountain View Resort. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Symptoms of heart valve disease, such as lightheadedness, may seem subtle.
Gene, crews are currently working on the right side of the hotel here. A lot of fire crews have actually left for the day, but the Conway fire chief says everyone is accounted for at this time. As for how this all started, though, as for how the fire started, he says that's yet to be determined. Fire crews arriving to the Red Jacket Resort in North Conway to find heavy smoke pouring from the 3rd floor. Chief Steve Solomon says parts of the hotel are a total loss.
75 rooms have been burned off the hotel.
At one point, the state fire marshal says guests could be seen jumping balcony to safety.
There is continued danger of collapse in this portion of the structure. It's a calculated risk. We have to get the fire extinguished, so we weigh what we're able to do to extinguish the fire versus the risk of doing it.
Chief Solomon says 2 firefighters and 1 civilian suffered non-life-threatening injuries, but everyone is accounted for at this time. He says it was a team effort with help from 27 other agencies.
And I didn't even hear like a smoke alarm or anything, and I just kept hearing people say they're evacuating. Guests
like Trish Lariah say a weekend getaway on a whim was not what she expected. Still, she says she chooses to see the silver lining.
I'm a widow myself, so we've been through that kind of a tragedy, and I'm super glad me and my son are safe. Everybody that we've met today has been so nice, and I was like, maybe this is actually what we needed this weekend.
What a mindset she has. Well, people we've been talking to here and the chief say other hotels have actually opened their doors to people here who have been displaced from their hotel rooms during the fire as crews continue to work. Live in North Conway, Grace Feinerman, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Everett Turnpike partially closed after crash involving New Hampshire State Police cruiser. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you're a contractor, Beltate's Building Supply wants to be your first choice for lumber and building products. Our contractor sales team can expedite orders for timely delivery right to your job site with our huge 50-vehicle delivery fleet.
Visit us at beltates.com or any of our 9 locations.
Now, a woman is facing DUI charges after police say she crashed into the back of a parked state police cruiser along the Everett Turnpike. The crash happened this morning just after 7:30 near mile marker 11 in Merrimack. Investigators say the trooper was inside the cruiser at the time of the crash and was transported to Elliott Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The other driver was identified as 39-year-old Erica Murphy of Manchester. She is expected to be in court Monday.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. More than 100 New Hampshire police departments take part in Drug Take Back Day. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For over 25 years, Bellegarde has paved the way in the hardscapes industry, providing customer...
Boxes upon boxes are filled with prescription pills at Saturday's Drug Take Back Day in Nashua.
I'd say pretty steady stream of people, just like always.
The event is part of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's nationwide effort to prevent medications from getting into the wrong hands.
Typically collect anywhere from 10 to 15 boxes, so I think we're doing pretty good.
I stopped by the Raymond location. We had some staff in Manchester. From talking to everyone, we had a great turnout all around.
I've been hoarding them for quite some time, and I've meant to come before, and it's a great program. You can get rid of them safely, and have good peace of mind.
There are 124 drop-off locations across New Hampshire that include local law enforcement, nonprofits, and pharmacies, all participating in Drug Take Back Day.
We have data that shows the number one way that most kids are getting their medications is stealing it from either their own medicine cabinets or their grandparents' medicine cabinets.
If kids don't realize what they're taking, if they started that prescription pill addiction in your medicine cabinet and then they get an illicitly made pill, they can't tell the difference.
Drug Take Back Day is held twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. But there are other opportunities to donate between those times.
The majority of police departments that have these drop boxes year-round, and most police departments are open 24/7. Call your local agency to find out. In addition to some like Walgreens, Rite Aid, a lot of them have drop boxes as well.
Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Storm chaser captures a tense moment, large tornado touchdown in Kansas. Let's take a listen to that video from KOCO News 5.
What does it take to be the best? It takes guts.
And this is a video of that tornado touching down from a storm chaser, as you can see. Look at the tense moment. Oh my gosh. Wow. Sister station KOCO has has been tracking severe storms throughout Oklahoma and some surrounding areas on Friday. First Alert Storm Chaser captured a large tornado that struck Friday evening near Andover, Kansas. As you can see, more videos of that tornado. Wow. A powerful tornado tore through the Wichita, Kansas area Friday night, leaving dozens of structures in the city of Andover, according to officials. The twister touched down in Sedgwick County before traveling to Andover in Butler County. The city's fire chief, Chad Russell, said during a news conference more than 950 buildings were in the path of the tornado. He said, "We had many buildings in Andover take very tough damage," Russell said, adding that some homes were completely blown down. Their recovery will take years, Russell said. "Unfortunately, we've been through this before," he added, alluding to the devastation caused by an F5 tornado that struck Andover on April 26, 1991. 17 people died in that tornado's wake. Although the damage was extensive Friday, only a handful of injuries were reported by authorities early Saturday. Andover, a city of around 15,000 people, is about 14 miles east of Wichita, Kansas. One resident told CNN that she took shelter in her neighbor's basement across the street from her apartment complex as the tornado swept by. "I couldn't believe it. It just didn't look real," the 26-year-old said. "We stepped out of our front door and it was coming straight to our place," she said. The tornado missed her home by a block, but power in her neighborhood was cut off, she added. More than 20,000 homes and businesses in Kansas were without power in the immediate aftermath. By 4 a.m. Eastern Time, that number had declined to around 8,500, according to poweroutage.us. Video and photos show guttered homes, flipped cars, and storm debris littering streets and front yards. In an early estimate, Jim Jones, the Wichita Director of Communications, said between 50 to 100 structures were damaged by the tornado. One of those buildings was the YMCA Community Center in Andover, which suffered significant damage, City Administrator Jennifer said. The National Weather Service in Wichita sent teams Saturday to conduct damage surveys. Russell said there were no additional reported injuries, no fatalities, and no outstanding rescues in Andover. "We're going to be continuing to work on getting the financial assessment done on all search and rescue issues, and that's our primarily goal for this ops period for today," he said. As cleanup work gets underway Saturday morning, Russell said the primary objective is to get crews out to power lines down across the road on the Highway 54 in Andover. "They've got a ton of work out there, but if we can get that road clear, then we can open it," the fire chief said. Several tornadoes touched down Friday in Kansas, according to the governor, who declared a state of disaster emergency. "We have learned from past experience that we can't wait for the storm to hit before we respond, the governor said. By taking these steps early, we are able to more quickly react when the counties ask for assistance. A total of 15 tornadoes, 14 of which were across Kansas or Nebraska, were reported Friday to the National Ocean and Atmosphere Administration's Storm Prediction Center. The other tornadoes was in Florida, the center said. Additionally, there have been more than 70 reports of wind damage and over 50 reports of hail. In Enterprise, Kansas, there was hail up to 4 inches in diameter. On Saturday, the storm is expected to move east, where more than 40 million people are under the overall threat for severe storms. A level 2 out of 5 risk for severe storms has been issued and includes Chicago, Indianapolis, St. Louis, and Little Rock. Severe thunderstorms associated with a threat for wind damage and large hail are possible on Saturday from the lower Mississippi Valley northward into the western Great Lakes, the Storm Prediction Center said. A couple of tornadoes may also occur. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.